I wanted to talk about the struggles of being a parent, and I don't just mean like the everyday struggles, because being a parent's hard, right? I'm talking about the feelings, the emotions behind it. So, for example, when you're pregnant, when pretty much anyone is pregnant, every single person you meet says things like, oh, it's amazing, and oh, you must love being pregnant, and it's, oh, I remember being pregnant, it was so wonderful, and you wait until your baby's born, you'll never feel love like it. The bond will be so strong, and you've never loved anything or anyone until you've had your own child, and the feelings that you have for your own child are so intense, and all this. And while for many, many, many people this is true, I also want people to understand that this doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be true for you. I wish when someone had said to me when I was pregnant that you may not feel that bond straight away. You may take time to build the bond and the connection with your child. That doesn't mean that you're not going to love them. It just means that it might take you a bit longer. Because I enjoyed being pregnant. I really felt like I wanted to be a mum. In fact, when I met my husband, I was very clear and said, you know, if you don't want to have a kid, then hit the road, because I was so convinced that I wanted to have a child and that it was what I was meant to be and I was meant to do and everything. And I had a massive void to fill. And I thought it was because I needed to have a child. So we did. We had a child, not immediately. About sort of 2 or 3 years into our relationship, we decided to have a child. It wasn't an accident, it was planned. However, and I enjoyed being pregnant, that I didn't have a bad pregnancy at all. And actually, the birthing process, which I won't go into because that's another video, was not that traumatic. The aftermath was, but that's not really what I'm talking about here. But the point is once I'd given birth, obviously the relief, because the pain's over, and that your baby's safe and well, is a massive relief. But I didn't feel that instant connection. I didn't feel that instant bond, and neither did my husband. And it took us a long time to build that relationship with our child, with our son. And I thought that I was a terrible mother. I didn't think I was sort of worthy because of all these stories and all these well-meaning people saying things like, oh, isn't it brilliant? And oh, this must be, you know, amazing. You've got your child now. Oh, wow. And all this. And I didn't think it was amazing. And I didn't have postnatal depression. That's the other thing, you know. It doesn't have to be as extreme as that. It could just be the fact that you take more time, because it's a huge, huge adjustment. And I think all these well-meaning people saying, you know, you're going to feel amazing and it's the best bond ever and this, that and yada, yada, yada. Well, no, they mean well. And for many, it will be the case. But for some, it won't be. And I think it can be really, really confusing and ostracizing, because you then feel like you don't want to see people because they're all like, you know, all these sort of gushy sort of emotions when you're actually feeling really challenged by it. So that's what I kind of wanted to say, is that it's okay if you have a baby and you don't feel an immediate bond. It's okay if it takes some time. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay, you know, every parent's journey is different. So don't beat yourself up. It doesn't mean you don't love your child. It doesn't mean you're going to harm your child. I love my son. Obviously, I love my son. All his needs are met. And I provide for him the best that I can. But it is tough, and I still find it tough. I'm not a natural mother. Unfortunately, the void I needed to fill, I thought it was about having a baby. It turns out it wasn't. But unfortunately, until I had the baby, I didn't know that it wasn't the case. But anyway, my point is just to give yourself a break. It's okay to not feel this huge rush of love once you've given birth, and even for months or years afterwards. It doesn't mean you're a bad parent. So please take your time, give yourself a break, ask for help if you need it, and it's okay. It's okay. All right? You're doing a great job.